Assalamu alaikum class. In this video we will learn exercise 7.2 integration by parts. It is basically a technique of integration which is applied on the product of the two functions. As in differentiation we have discussed the product rule and quotient rule. So for integration we are going to discuss the integration by parts, which is going to deal with the integration of the product of the functions as well as the fraction of the functions. So now we will discuss that how it is applied. Let's suppose we are having two functions u and v, and both are the functions of one single variable x, and these are a pair as a product u into v, and we are going to calculate its integral. So by integration by parts, u as it is integral of v minus integral derivative of u integral of v. So this means that we have to solve this expression first, that is we have to take the derivative of u into the integral of v, and this simplified function will be further integrated with respect to x. Then we will say that we have applied integration by parts. As we have discussed that integration and differentiation are inverses of each other, or integration is also named as antiderivative. So it means that when I take the integral of uv and I get this expression, so the derivative of this expression must be moved to the product u into v. So I'm going to show that the derivative of this function will be equal to uv, so that it is confirmed that the integration by parts rule is a well defined rule. So taking derivative of this expression, you can see that when I going to take the derivative of the function, I'm going to apply the product rule over here, and then the derivative of this expression. So applying the product rule over here, derivative of the first function, second function as it is, plus first function as it is, derivative of the second function minus derivative of this expression. As we know that derivative and integration are inverses, so these will be cancel out their effect. So it means that this d by dx will cancel out this integral, and this d by dx will cancel out this integral. So we are left with du by dx into integral of v plus u into v, and this integral and derivative will be cancelled out. So we are left with du by dx into integral of v dx. So these two expressions will be cancelled out, and we are left with u into v. It means that integration by parts is a well defined rule. Now we have that how to choose u and v, because you can see that it's play a very important role that to choose u and v. So here is the expression ILATE. This expression must be known to you, because when we are going to choose our function to be u and v, this expression is going to help a lot, because here I stands for inverse functions, L stands for logarithmic functions, A stands for algebraic functions, T stands for trigonometric functions, and E stands for exponential functions. So whenever we are having a product of two functions, come to the expression ILATE and choose the function u that comes first. For example, in question number 2 of the exercise, we are having integral of x e power 3x. So we are having algebraic function and exponential function. So the function that appears first in this expression is going to be chosen to be u. So we will choose algebraic function, that is x to be u, and the second function will be v. Now we are going to apply integration by parts on this function. So here you can see u as it is integral of v minus integral derivative of u integral of v. So integral of e power 3x dx is going to be e power u du by 3. Here I have taken the substitution. So u is equal to 3x, it is going to be e power u du by 3, that is e power 3x over 3 plus some constant c, and we can solve it directly as well as we perform in differentiation. That in differentiation we multiply the derivative of the power, but in case of integration we just divide the derivative of the power. So here we have x e power 3x over 3 minus, as it is integral of, now derivative of x with respect to x is 1, and its integral is e power 3x over 3. Now we are going to solve this integral again, because we have to solve completely. So x e power 3x over 3 minus 1 by 3 will be taken out, and the integral of e power 3x will be e power 3x over 3, and here is the final answer for this. Next we have question number 8, integral of x square sin x. So here we are having algebraic function and trigonometric function. So when I come to the expression ILATE, you can see algebraic functions come first. So I have chosen x square to be u and sin x to be v. Now applying the integration by parts rule. So u as it is integral of v, that is integral of sin x, which is minus cos x, minus integral derivative of u, which is 2x, and integral of v, which is minus cos x. So on simplification simplification we get minus x square cos x. This 2 will be taken out of the integral, and this negative and negative will be positive, so plus 2 integral of x into cos x. So again we are having a product of functions. So one is algebraic function, the second one is trigonometric function. So we choose x to be u and cos x to be v. Applying integration by parts again, u as it is integral of v, that is integral of cos x is sin x, minus integral derivative of u, that is 1 integral of v, that is sin x, and simplified form is going to be minus x square cos x plus 2x sin x minus 2 integral of sin x, which is equal to minus cos x, and here is the final answer. Once we have removed all the integrals, we have to put plus some constant of integration. Next we have question number 12, integral of ln of x over square root of x dx. Now you can see that we are having a fraction of two functions, the quotient of the two functions, but this is going to be solved with the help of integration by parts too. So we are just going to rearrange it in the form ln of x into x raised to the power minus 1 by 2. Now I have an algebraic function and a logarithmic function, and you can see that logarithmic functions come first, so I am going to choose ln of x to be u and the other function is going to be v. Now applying integration by parts, u as it is integral of v, and here is the integration of x raised to the power minus 1 by 2 by power rule. So we are going to have x raised to the power plus 1 over power plus 1, that is 2 times of x raised to the power 1 by 2, minus integral as it is derivative of u, and we know that the derivative of ln of x is 1 over x integral of v. Now we will simplify this expression and then the resultant will be integrated again. So 2x raised to the power 1 by 2 ln of x minus 2, on simplified form we get x raised to the power minus 1 by 2. So integrating it again, we get the final answer in this form. Next we have question number 14, integral of ln of x square plus 4. Here you can see that we are having only one function, but the integral of ln of x is not possible because ln of x itself is not a derivative of any function, so its direct integral is not possible. So what we are going to do, we are going to choose this function to be u and v to be 1. So integration by parts applying form is going to be u as it is integral of v, that is integral of 1 with respect to x is x, minus integral derivative of u, its derivative is going to be 1 over x square plus 4, and the derivative of the base, that is 2x, into integral of v, that is integral of 1, so x. So here we are going to have x ln of x square plus 4 minus 2 integral of 2 is going to be out from the integral x square over x square plus 4, so we are just going to add and subtract minus 4 so that this integral could be solved further. Now x square plus 4 over x square plus 4 will be equal to 1 minus 4 as it is integral of 1 over x square plus 4, and here is the final answer of this. Next we have question number 20, integral of e raised to the power 3x cos 2x. So let's suppose I is equal to e power 3x cos 2x. Why we are going to choose it to be I, this will be clear to you at the end of the question. So e power 3x dx, the integral of e power 3x is going to be e power 3x over 3 plus some constant c. And how to choose u and v over here, one is exponential function, one is trigonometric function, so trigonometric function must be taken to be u and the exponential function is going to be v. So applying integration by parts over here, how we are going to apply u as it is integral of v minus integral derivative of u, that is integral of cos 2x, derivative of cos 2x, derivative of cos is minus sine, so minus sine 2x into the derivative of the angle which is 2 into integral of v, that is e power 3x over 3. Now we will simplify this expression and then we will integrate it again. So e power 3x over 3 into cos 2x plus this is going to be 2 by 3 out from the integral e power 3x into sine 2x. Again we are having a product of the functions, so we are going to choose trigonometric function to be u and exponential function to be v. So applying integration by parts again, u as it is integral of v minus integral derivative of u, because derivative of sine is cos, so cos 2x into derivative of the angle into integral of v, that is e power 3x over 3. So here we have e power 3x over 3 cos 2x plus 2 by 9 e power 3x sin 2x minus 2 into 2 is 4, 3 into 3 is 9, so minus 4 by 9 integral of e power 3x over cos 2x. So here you can see that we are coming to the expression again we have started with and we have named it to be I. So this is minus 4 by 9 I, and we are going to shift this minus 4 by 9 I to the other side so that this could be added to get one single expression. Why such expression occurs again and again in our questions? Because here e power 3x, that is exponential function, and trigonometric functions, both are the functions whose derivatives can never be equal to 0. So trigonometric functions may have some derivative 0. For example, if I take x square, its first derivative will be 2x, second derivative will be 2, but third and the other higher order derivatives will be 0. But exponential functions and trigonometric functions are the functions that can never have 0 derivative. That's why these comes again and again. So we have chosen this expression to be I, so that we can shift it to the other side and add it to the original one. So 1 plus 4 by 9 is going to be 13 by 9, and this 13 by 9 is going to be shifted on the other side. So here is the final answer for this.